This is a first edition of The Island of Dr. Moreau by H.G. Wells. I'm Ben Houston from Peter Harrington. I'd like to tell you a bit more about it. The key thing about this first edition of The Island of Dr. Moreau is that it's actually inscribed by H.G. Wells. It's signed by the author to J.T. Ewen. J.T. Ewen we know is an engineer. He worked on the Forth Bridge. We also know he was a patron of the arts. He was also a sometime novelist, and this may be how he knew Wells. We do know that they knew each other, they were acquainted, as Wells had inscribed a copy of The Time Machine to Mr. Ewen as well. Now, in terms of the run of the four great H.G. Wells science fiction books, you've got The Time Machine first. He wrote that in 1895. He followed that up with this book, The Island of Dr. Moreau, where he explored his interest in the anti-vivisection movement, which was quite popular at the time. You've got in this frontispiece here at the beginning of the book a graphic illustration of the contents, the plot line of Moreau's sinister experiments on animals and on humans to create these grotesque, deformed creatures that eventually turn against the protagonist of the book and run wild. Wells followed this book with The Invisible Man, another one of his famous science fiction books, and following that, the year after that, he published War of the Worlds, which is perhaps his most famous. But the wonderful thing about this title is that association, the fact that it's inscribed, but it's also in a beautiful original cloth. It's the publisher's cloth, decorative cloth here, so it's not been messed around with at all. This is as you would like this book, along with the fact that it's inscribed. It's a wonderful example of one of the most important of H.G. Wells's science fiction books, which would make it one of the most important early science fiction works in the history of the genre. A wonderful thing. If you would like any more information about this book or any of our other works, please do visit our website.